Yes people, welcome back to the channel. It has been so long since I've done a what's in the bag and so much has changed. So without further ado, let's jump into this year's what's in the bag. Okay people, so we'll make our way through the bag. I'm not going to jump into what balls I use, what tees I use, because let's be honest, nobody cares about that. So I will tell you about the rangefinder though. It's the Blue Tees 3U Max E. Let's be honest, it's a rangefinder. But I don't know, I've always been quite like an aesthetic guy. If I like the look of something, I tend to kind of go for that, whether that's clubs or anything. I'm a sucker for nice design. Okay, so we're gonna go up the bag. So we'll start with the wedges. These bad boys have been in the bag for a while actually. So I've got the Takomo Skyforger 001s in 60 degree, 56 and 48. Which kind of has me covered from anywhere 115 yards-ish and below. That's kind of where my grab wedge tops out. I love them, to be honest. I've always had a love-hate relationship with wedges in general, but that's just a golf thing. But what I will shout out about these is the Rip It grips on these. Obviously, your boy had to go for one of the fruity numbers. Baby blue, we love to see it. I've always been like this. I love anything that's different, and that's definitely different. But yeah, they look absolute fire. So shout out to Rip It Grips for sending those through. Okay, so after the wedges, we've got the irons, which is pitching wedge all the way up to 4-iron, the Takomo 101T irons. So these are game improvement irons. There's been a little bit of back and forth with, I had to play around with the combo set, the 301 CBs from Takomo, 7-iron down to pitching wedge. But I almost stuck with them for this year. But the reason I went all the way through with the 101Ts was because the lofts from the 7-iron down were just that little bit different to this. So what happened was 6-iron to 7-iron, there was just such a big loft difference that I just had a big yardage gap. So that is the main reason. But I mean, these things are crazy forgiving. And the best thing about these is actually nothing to do with their performance. It's because they look like blades. These are massively game improvement, huge cavity, game improvement irons. But I've had comments in person and on YouTube saying asking why I'm playing blades. Well, that's a hell of a compliment because they are not blades. They are very much game improvement irons, but they just look so slick that they look blades. So it's kind of best of both worlds. Game improvement, but the aesthetic is there. So yeah, that's a win for me. And these are all in the KBS Taper 120 gram stiff. So I'm stiff, pause. I'm stiff across the bag, just in the golfing term. So that is the irons. I'm feeling really confident about the iron setup, to be honest. They served me really well last year. And next up, we've got the 4 hybrid, M4 TaylorMade, 22 degrees in a Fujikura stiff. You might be thinking, why have I got a 4-iron and a 4 hybrid? Well, let me tell you. So I've been playing around with a few options in this area. I've played a 5-wood, as you've seen from recent videos. I used to have this 4 hybrid in the bag. Obviously, I've got a 4-iron, but this 4 hybrid launches significantly higher and it actually travels a lot further. So this is the kind of tight hole, not too long distance needed, and it's kind of like a 210 carry. Could roll out to something like 230 in the summer. So yeah, really good sort of confidence club if I need to get it on the fairway or try to get it on the fairway. So that's a 4 hybrid. And next up, we've got this beast. You guys know about this, the Titleist U505 2-iron. This is the club that kept the driver out of my bag for the majority of my golfing career, to be honest. And the majority of you will understand, but there are some people in my comments who just cannot fathom why a 20 handicap golfer even has this in the bag. But I've played with so many people in person and they've seen me hit 3 woods, they've seen me hit driver. I hit this so much more consistently, or historically, I've hit this so much more consistently than my woods and my driver. I now absolutely love hitting driver because I've got a bit more confidence. But this thing saved me all last year. So this thing is staying in the bag. Should the big dog leave me and the confidence goes, that's the backup, because this thing can go really long. And without further ado, you guys, I'm sure you've all seen the driver fitting. Cobra DS Adapt. I absolutely love this thing. I've not had it very long at all. It's been out on course a few times and I have never been more confident with driver. So yeah, it's the Cobra DS Adapt X, so it's kind of their standard head, and I've got it in the Ventus 5S Stiff Velocor Red. The shaft chose me. I didn't choose the shaft. It was just one of those magical moments. As soon as the fitter put it in my hands, no matter what head I was hitting, it was drastically improved, like insanely. I genuinely gained about 30 yards. And that sounds like it's clickbait, but I genuinely did. And the numbers don't lie, I genuinely actually gained 30 yards. It's in the video, So last but certainly not least, I was joking around about being the worst putter on YouTube, but it probably was true, certainly last year, but things are about to change. Nothing like a little bit of blind confidence, a bit of placebo effect, if you will. I got fitted by the people at Lab and they sent me out the Mez 1 Max in red. So yeah, again, not being in the bag very long, but already I am significantly more confident on the greens. So listen, the proof will be in the pudding. Let's see how it goes this year. But so far, even if it is just a honeymoon period, the honeymoon period is giving everything that I need. And that is the bag. As I said, I was only going to go through the clubs. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the like, smash the subscribe button. We're hoping for this year to be a massive one on the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think of the bag, what you think of the setup. I'll see you in the next one. And of course, I'm sure trying to break 90. Peace.